My never I say ma Pen Dream TV. Pen Dream TV there, or see them yopo.
Now, Chief, the most important thing that we need for the beginning is that, do you see yourself connected with the tape you just heard?
My voice is there.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Would you be good enough to tell us the rest of the individuals that you were engaged in that conversation with?
Well, one Commander Asari.
Okay, please go slowly. Yes.
Police commander.
Yes.
But I don't know which district or which region or which section he command.
Okay.
But he introduced himself to me when he came to my office. He was based at the police headquarters. And so I asked him, where does he know me? And he told me that during the time of political campaign, 2014, 2015, 2016, I used to come to WA with the president, the vice president, and the Alaji Short. And I know that if he says so, it's true.
Okay. Who is the other individual apart from Commissioner Sari that was on tape?
Commander Asari, there was one man also later joined called Commander COP Mensah.
Okay.
That he's on leave now prior to his retirement. Yeah, he was also part of it.
Yes. So you were only three?
Then later, when the meeting were going on, I didn't see the person, it was on phone. One JB, who is also a police superintendent at the police headquarters. But I haven't seen him. He talked to me on phone, and I listened to him on phone.
Okay. So, where is the location of your office where this the taping took place?
Office at Osu.
Osu.
And get directly opposite Osu police station.
So you want to tell this committee that all that was said on the tape is valid?
Oh, it's valid.
Okay. So members of the committee, he has authenticated the tape, that he's identified the individuals who are speaking on the tape. And now you can commence the interrogation. Yeah. Vice, you want to start? No, we have or she use space to the senior police officer and now member of parliament to start.
Thank you very much, Chairman, for the opportunity to open the very important gate for this interrogation. Chief, let me first of all say thank you very much for highlighting your credibility, which many people who know you do not doubt. I want to ask
Bugri called me and said, Daddy, one police officer wanted me to bring him to your office. And I asked him for what? He said he can't tell me. I will bring him to you, then maybe he will tell you why he wants you for. So I said, okay, you can come with him. So it is Asari who came with that my son. When Asari came and introduced himself to me, that he's a police commander Asari, he wanted to come and see me And I said, okay, here I am. You can go ahead. And what he said was what I just going to say. He said they want me to come, he want to come and see me so that I could talk to the president. And that what is going on is not the best. So to talk to the president about what? He said the IGP is not with the government or the party. If we want to use him for 2024 election, we cannot reach the age that we are talking about. So I asked him why. He said it's an NDC. I said, how come NDC will become IGP? While you waited, he been given the post, and this time of the day, you are coming to talk. Have you mentioned it? Have you seen the president? He says he's a party member. He's been in this party, and that message has reached the president. But the president is not interested in changing the IGP. So they have already sent so many people to him, and at long last somebody said, maybe if I could pick a word, I could also give a word to the president, maybe he will listen. And I said, okay, I can't go unless you let me convince that the man is an NDC. If I go and say without knowing, and later discover that what I'm telling the president is not true, the president will not have respect for me. And as a chief, a family member of the party, a party official, I don't want to go and talk something that later they'll say, I say, and it's not true. Then started telling me a lot about the IGP is up and doing. He even told me that this assuming of election, if we allow IGP to go there, we will lose the election. And I became scared. The IGP doesn't go there to vote, but if we can go there and we'll lose the election, then my annos was shaken. So he told me, he bet me, I should wait and see. The election is coming in 10 days' time, and with this IGP president there, who end up getting nothing. So I listened to him. I said I'll go and tell the president, but before I go, I have to make sure what I'm going to tell him, it is the truth and nothing by the truth. So I resettled him for a different day. Then I contacted some people in the police. I said, some members of the police council, and said, this is what some police officer has come to tell me about our IGP. And you are a member of the police council, how do you see him? He also gave me his opinion that, but he disagreed with what Commander Asari said. I tried to call the Interior Minister. He didn't pick my call. When I was the chairman of the Northern Regional Party, I used to have a bodyguard I called that bodyguard who claimed he worked with the IGP in Greater Accra region as a police commander there, and he also gave me how he knew the IGP. So I said, fine. And then the second time he came, and I listened to them. He told me that he had got somebody who is more qualified and who is also a true party member. And that man can take over from the IGP. So he wants the person to come. So I said, okay, you can bring the person. So the second time he came to meet me, he came with the person. And that is the person, COP Mensah. So I asked COP Mensah, I remember you've come to my office before. He said yes. I said, but then I knew you when you were telling me you are somebody. I didn't know that it was you. And that means you are really good. So I also listened to that man, and that man also talked. And in fact, I was scared if our government and party should have an IGP who can hold meeting with your mama, and then you see their meeting, then we are in Taibong. So I listened to them, and I said, okay, you will need to come back. So I was also doing it while consulting some other people what I'm hearing and what they've come to tell me, to go and tell the old man. I even promised Commander Asari that if he himself will even come, then I'll go with him to the president so that I will sit down so that he will not talk to the president directly. But he told me that day he was traveling, so he wanted one KB, who is also a police superintendent, to come and join me. He will equally say the things they know about the IGP. So he called JB on phone. I spoke to him. He said a lot on phone, and I told him, okay, Sunday, 3 o'clock, I'm going to book an appointment to go with you to the president. He said, yes, he will be with me at that time. The Sunday, I called the JB. My friend, where are you? Meet me at Afrikuko. I drive with you to the president's place. He said, oh, he was in the Eastern region for a program. So I said, but you say you were coming, such an important thing, you people came to my office. And now, you go and meet the president and I'll go there with you. You won't go. I was so disappointed. So I decided that I need to get the information properly. And the proper way was to look for a tape, to tape all what we have been discussing, so that I will know where to send it. So that when I send it to the president or anybody, they can't deny, neither somebody will think that I am concocting things. We chiefs who don't like to lie. If I tell lie, I'll die. So the truth of the story is that the tape is correct, the voice they are there, and they came to me. So
thank you.
You seem to give an impression that you've had a previous conversation with Commissioner Asari and also this gentleman called JB. And then
It was the second time.
There was a second time that
Commander Asari brought him.
Okay. So there was a previous conversation with this individual before you did the taping?
Yes. No. The first thing, when the Commander Asari met me and told me, in fact, I get scared. So I say, anything I will do, I will record whatever they talk to me.
So Chief, I want to find out from you that, has there been a previous conversation which is off tape, and subsequently you schedule them to come to you and you tape them?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
That's what's true.
All right.
Well, as a common, somebody brought him to my office that I want me to take him with the CV. He came with a CV, that's a commissioner, Mensa, that I should, on the same issue. I hope you are getting what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
On the same, going to see them, for them to appoint that commissioner Asari. Somebody brought him to the office with him. Then I didn't want to take it serious, because while you are going on retirement and then you are on leave.
Chief, 1 second. Are you referring to COP, Mensa, or Asari? Because you keep interchanging. Let's be consistent.
COP Mensa.
Thank you.
So you're trying to tell the committee that it was COP Mensa who was angling the position of the President IGP? Sorry. I'm saying that, Chief, it was COP Mensa who had an interest in becoming an IGP.
Somebody brought him first. You understand?
Yes. And the purpose of he coming to see you is how you could use your influence to get him as a IGP.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
First time.
All right.
He came with somebody.
And it was off tape. You didn't tape him?
No.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
So, my brother, you can continue with the interrogation.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chief, will you be so kind to share the contact number with the committee?
I told you that, Mr. Chairman, I didn't see him face to face. I don't know him. But when Asari was talking to me about who should go with me to see the president, because Commander Asari said he was going to travel. So you rather choose somebody called JB to go with me to the president's house. So he made JB talk to me on phone. JB was on phone talking to me. But I was recording him. I was recording what was going on. JB talked to me on phone that the following day, Sunday, he will go with me. So upon that, I rang the president's security and told them that I want to come there on Sunday. What time should I come? And they say I can come. He wasn't in town, but I can come and try from 3 o'clock going. So I told JB to meet me at Afrikoko, so that I'll pick him and we'll all go together. Then on Sunday, when JB at first agreed to go with me, later say I should pick, he will meet me there. Then later when I got there, I called him. He said he was in the Eastern region on a program, so he didn't honor the listen.
Chairman, thank you very much for the response. Chairman, is it true, according to the tape, they told you that IGP can help a political party to win election? Is it true that IGP can help a political party to win election?
Because, Mr. Chairman, what happened is that when they told me that if you go to Eastern Central, not the election, this IGP will let us lose the election. Yes, actually they went and we lost the election. So it means what he was saying is true, but he said it. If IGP took it to 2024, we will lose election, we will lose it. Even people may even vote or not vote, but we will still lose the election because your mama has promised him if he win, he will maintain him.
Chief, you've been a man of long political experience. Did you believe that an IGP can determine an outcome of a by-election, or the individual voters in that constituency are the sole determinants as to who wins elections in the constituency?
Mr. Chairman, this particular one, I will find it difficult to see. After election is election. And what even Commander Asari and COP Mensah said, carrying all the commissioners from the police headquarters, and they were all NDC. We'll see whether we'll win this election. And we lost it. So that alone has somehow, I was a bit worried.
Chairman Chief, or Chief Chairman? Chief. If you listen to the tape again, I'm very happy we don't have to go to authentication. It has been authenticated, everything that is there is right. The IGP is fighting with the army. And people see you to be very close to the president. And that is why they want to lobby through you. You've gotten to hear that the IGP is fighting with the army. And you are even so scared. Did you find any reason to inform the president?
Well, that was why it is even more reason why I need to tape and give the president the tape so that he will also hear direct, not from me even. And which I did that.
Chief, did you share the tape with the president?
Well, after that, I've given the tape up to him.
When you say you've given the tape out, you gave the tape out just to the president or to somebody else in addition?
No, to the president.
Chief, we live in Ghana, and with your long political standing, the degree of respect that you've gotten from many young people like us, when you speak, we listen. Do you think that Commander Asari was pushing you into trouble, or he was actually pushing you towards making Ghana better, vis-a-vis the fact that police can help change election results?
Mr. Chairman, this one, it will be difficult to answer it because I don't know if the police cannot change out. Of course, we don't even need to go to the election ground. But if they can go to election ground and supervise it and determine the winner, why can't you think that they will have influence? They may have. Maybe it may be a different form, not maybe not, but they may have.
I like the fact that you said you were scared after listening to the story that was told you. At the point that IGP must belong to the political party in power, his ADC must belong to the political party in power, and every other commander who will be deployed must belong to the political party in power. Are you sure if that trend continues, according to their story, we are going to have Ghana Police Service still intact?
I'm not getting you, Mr. Chairman.
Let me repeat myself. They've told you during the conversation that even the ADC, he was ADC to Atta Mills. So becoming even ADC, you must belong to a party. Becoming IGP, you must belong to a particular party. So appointments are made on party lines. And the question is, from your experience, if all the police officers in the regions and command positions, for instance now, belong to MPP, is that a kind of security that you think that Ghana can have with the Ghana Police Service?
Mr. Chairman, I don't think so, but I cannot also say it can be possible.
Yes. Chief,
Yeah.
would you say to this committee that appointments within the police service based on political considerations or competence?
I don't think so. It can't be all politicians. And after that, I don't think so. It's a professional work. So since it's a professional work, someone may be fitting for some area. I think that's how the appointment is. We have CREs, we have uniform, we have this and so I don't think so. But it depends how you run.
It's exhausted. Unless you have a follow-up. Yeah. Go ahead.
In the conversation, you were told Atta Mills gave him promotion. NDC promoted him. And I was ASP when he was sergeant. Until Kufuor came and also promoted me. Listening to the two police officers and with your experience, do you think that the commissioner who was lobbying through you to become IGP had the moral right to assume the position of IGP? Listening to him, do you think if you were in the shoe to advise the president, will you advise that the president to appoint such a commissioner to become the chief of the police of the country in which you live?
Mr. Chairman, this one is very difficult, but even what I was even disturbed, when somebody is on retirement, how do you want to come back and be IGP?
Okay. You're finished? All right. Okay, so, Honorable Patrick Yawama, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Chief. Chairman, thanks for the opportunity. Chief, welcome to the committee. And Chairman, with all due respect, the memo that set up this committee has answered the first question with regards to the work of the committee, that we had to ascertain the veracity or otherwise of the leak tape. And everything on the tape has been confirmed by the witness before us.
Yes.
Is that the case?
That is so.
Very well. Thank you. So that's not an issue. And then the second one is to investigate the conspiracy to remove the current Inspector General of Police. That's the second one. Thank you. So, Chief, do you record all your conversations with people who call you?
No, Mr. Chairman.
So what led to the recording of this particular conversation?
Mr. Chairman, the reason was behind it was that, look, they are coming to tell me to go and meet them, tell the present issues that they know or they are saying. Either I don't go to tell the president, and then me and my party suffer for it. Now, if I also go to talk to the president it's good to tell him the right thing. And since I cannot keep everything they were talking to me at that point, it was very, very good to record them so that I know the president. If I tell him something, he'll follow up. It's not the truth. Next time he will not give me respect. You know him and I know him. So the best thing was to ensure that when I tell him, he asked me, "Are you sure?" I said, "Well, this is the tape. I don't want you listen to it." And then I think that is the best thing I could have done.
So you did not believe in the privacy of conversation or communication between friends?
Mr. Chairman, this was more than privacy. Because even there are certain issues who came up there, which even is also serious. So and I couldn't have yet talked to those one verbally or that I'm telling him, say yes, say yes. Say.
Okay, so before this conversation and the request by the two gentlemen, Asari, JB, and to a large extent Mensah, the IGP has been in office for, let's say, 2 years. 2 years plus. And yes, probably, maybe a year and a half. You've observed his conduct. Are you happy with the work he's been doing? And were you worried with the kind of reports you were getting from these gentlemen?
Mr. Chairman, I was worried what I was hearing from the gentlemen. And of course, our losing Assin-North was also one of the reasons because they warned us that when we go to Assin-North with these people, you will lose. And actually the people went and we end up by winning the election. So it's a scary news, you know. As a former regional chairman, it was in those nights we couldn't eat, we couldn't sleep.
I was in Assin-North myself, but let me ask you, Chief. Before Assin-North was Kumawu, the Kumawu by-election, did you take your time to look at the operational structure of the police for Kumawu and also compare it with the operational structure in Assin to allay your apprehension or get a clear understanding of the operational structure with regards to how they conducted their operations with regards to by-election under the new IGP? Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, Kumawu was very excellent work. For that one, I'm honest with you. I admire the police performance there. But I see no one, it was not similar like Kumawu. Because there was, some of our boys were arrested and detained, and there were problems. If our strong area was very, very, they were tension there too much.
We are ready to proceed. Yes, Chief.
Yes, sir.
I can see that you have a very good memory. And also you said that you've not had formal education, but your communication is excellent. Yeah.
Chairman,
the only problem I had with him, which I have to, if you have a number of wives and you won't mention the number, it leaves much to be desired. What are we going to say? The members of the committee won't take your wife from you. Just mention the number of wives you had, and you as a chief, you don't want to say it. Well. Maybe after the meeting off camera, you let us know. Yes. Well, I wanted to find out from your wives whether you were a good man or not. We wouldn't know.
Okay, yes. There's a follow-up.
Up question from another senior police officer who is now a member of Parliament.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for the opportunity. Chief, as a follow-up to a question asked by the Honourable Member Patrick Boama, I wanted to find out, you said you don't often record your conversations with your friends, but this time you did. So I wanted to find out whether you did the recording yourself.
Mr. Chairman, I didn't do it myself, but I request somebody who know how to do the recording to come and do it for me.
Chairman, Chief, can you just briefly tell us the mechanism that was used, or whether you had an idea how the recording was? Was it your phone or another person's phone? Because throughout the tape, some phones were ringing, and then so that's why I wanted to find out. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I didn't use a phone. I went to the mall and go and get these ordinary tapes.
You mean tape recorder?
Not tape recorder, it's like a phone. That's why they brought it to me.
What gadget is that?
I don't know the gadget.
Chief, you went to the mall just to buy a gadget for recording so that you could tell the president the honest truth.
Yes.
Thank you. I've known you for many, 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 many years, and I know your capabilities. Okay, Chief, you were not happy with the operational structure of the police with regards to Kumawu and Asin North. I was stationed at Asin Kushia for the entire period, and Kumawu, I was there. So let's leave it as that. You also questioned, let me put the question rightly. Those who reported to you questioned the conduct of the secretary to the president. They questioned the conduct of the secretary to the president, Nana Santividia too.
Yes.
What was their complaint?
Mr. Chairman, their complaint was, I think they informed some personnel, some ministers or some people in the Jubilee House that the man was not to be, they shouldn't make him IGP. And I think the President Secretary, upon all that, ignored it. And when I had to prepare the letter for the President to sign and give him the IGP. And this is my opinion what they were complaining.
So it's just a hearsay?
Yes.
Chairman, the reason why I asked that question was that you don't work closely with the president. No. You don't know how he takes his decisions.
No.
Somebody might go and tell the secretary to the president something. He will go and tell the president, but the decision rests with the president.
Exactly.
They receive a lot of reports every day, some true, some not true. So that's why I asked you for you to clarify that. Secondly, from the transcript that we have, it's a 27-page transcript. We've read every page. A report was said to have been prepared by the late chairman, the National Security Coordinator. He's not around to give evidence.
No.
And did you interrogate further from those who told you whether they saw the said report for which they were making those reports to you, that the president failed to act on that report?
Mr. Chairman, my only interesting was when they were telling me about the IGP, what he can do, what he does, what he does, and I get threatened that he can give the president work or the government. My only interest was to gather the information and to make sure that I pass it on to the president. In fact, that was my end, because all these things they were saying, I don't know, I don't understand. So my only thing was to make sure that my brother get the right information from me so that he can guide himself.
So, Chief, from the way these officers approached you, they saw you as a person of influence and that you could assist them to achieve their end game. One, to get a proper setup to protect the party, and also get a bedside view of the conduct of the IGP. Chief, I know you are a true NPP, 100%, unadulterated, and you want the good of the country and for the party to win the next elections. True or false?
True. Because the party shouldn't lose. And my prayers, because of the party, I had this accident. I'm not well. So if the party is not in power, then where do I go? All my effort is useless.
So to all intents and purposes, all these recordings and now sitting here was to protect the party.
Mr. Chairman, I think that was my main interest, to protect the party.
Have you ever recommended somebody for appointment to the president?
Appointment as what?
Any position.
Oh. Yes, after that one I do.
You do or you've done? And you continue.
Chairman, I did it before, and I'll continue doing it if my government is still in power.
Chairman, Chief, thank you very much for appearing before.
So let me go to, yes, and now you have your change, you have, then I'll come.
For now, Chairman, I don't have anything.
Okay. So, then the Vice, on the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. Chief Burin Abu, you confirmed before this committee that actually recorded the conversation, captured on audio, which was played a while ago. Now, my question is, apart from the audio, do you have a video of the meeting?
Mr. Chairman, I don't know whether the audio and the video are all the same machine or different one, but I know what I use is like a phone, like this young phone. It look like that. That was what I used in.
Let me clarify for you, Chief. You see, when you say a video, it means that you can see the individuals and also they speaking. But when it's audio, you hear the voices without the individuals. You're not seeing the individuals. That's what he's trying to say. That whether you did both or you did one.
Actually, what I did, there were two machines. one is like a key, the other one is like a phone, and all has deposited to the Holman place. But I didn't use it to see the video. Me, I know I was able to get the information. That's what I know.
Yes, but you see, what Vice is saying is that, did you do only an audio or a video or both?
That day, 2 machines that I got. One is like a phone, and the other one is like a car key.
Yeah, but the effects are different.
But I don't know which is the audio, which is...
Do you understand what a video recording is, Chief? Do you?
No.
Okay. Okay. So let me explain to you the difference. Then be sure. Yeah. When you say there is a recording, I think we are doing it right now. That they can see you speaking. So it's a voice and also the picture of the person speaking.
I didn't play it.
Sorry?
When I did it, I never played.
Okay. So you let me finish. So when it's a video, you see the one talking. Like I'm talking now, I'm being videoed. And my voice and my person, they are all seen. Okay. But when it's an audio, that is to say, it is only a voice which is being heard or recorded, and there are no pictorial evidence. There's nothing like a person. So, which one did you do?
I can't tell.
You can't tell. Okay, fine. Vice, he says he can't tell.
Chief Burinabu, do you still have duplicate copies of the what you extracted from those machines?
Machine.
The machines you used to do the recording. Do you have duplicate copies of what you sent to the president?
I don't have. I don't have.
Now let me. But you would therefore not be surprised if evidence, comes out in the form of a video generated from the recording that you did. You wouldn't be surprised. You agree with me?
Well, I can't challenge it.
Now, Chief, I want to get something clear. This audio that was played a while ago, who was the one on the audio who spoke to you throughout? Aside the phone calls you received, who was that? Was it Commissioner Mensah?
Commissioner Mensah and then Commander Asari. They were doing most of the talking.
Now, we have the transcript of the audio. What it means is that everything that was said on the audio was written out. That is what I'm about to refer to. Now, if you go to page 4, one of the speakers who engaged you indicated, as for politics, it is about mafia work.
Yes.
And if this particular IGP, Dampare, remains at post, you will not be able to do the mafia work. And then your response was in the affirmative. You agreed with the particular officer who, uttered those words. I want to know from you, what are some of the mafia things you do in politics to influence outcomes of elections, Chief?
Mr. Chairman, he was saying it, even though I was listening. I didn't challenge or disagree. So I think this is what I will know.
But Chief, you agreed with him when he said, Alhaji, you dear, you have done politics. You know, elections is not just, sometimes elections mafia work is inside. Oh. Then Alhaji, you say, I'm sure Alhaji is chief. You say, no, not at some time. Oh. As for that one. Then the person said again to you that, I am just saying, mafia work. Then you agreed with him, said, mafia work is inside, not on some time. It is not sometime, it is. Chief, those are your words.
Mr. Chairman, I was only listening. When he said so, I didn't challenge him, neither I disagree with him. I was listening because he knows what is politics, and that's why he was putting it.
Now, Chief, which of the officers told you that you needed to get somebody else to supervise the elections other than the IGP? Was it Asare or Commissioner Mensah?
I don't know, one of them, but I can't tell whether it was Mensah or Asare. But he did say so. Such statement made that if we don't take time, if we will use Dampare, it will not help us. I think one of them said, but I can't remember which was the person. But it's one of them.
But how did you receive the information that with IGP Dampare at post, as supervisor of the elections, things wouldn't go well for your party? How did you receive the information?
If I talk now, you don't know. Didn't you lose at Asinlo?
But Chief, this was before Asin North. That is my understanding.
Yes, but it has confirmed what he was saying. Even though it was before Asin North. He said, you wait, you go there and see. And we went. And what happened? So that alone has even indicated that, hey, we have to be careful.
Chief, would you attribute your loss at Asin North to the actions or inactions of the IG and by extension the entire police service?
Well, I can't tell much because this is what they say, and they are with IGP, and they say and confirm.
Chief, would you say the police did a professional job when they policed the elections at Kumawu? Would you say so?
Everybody do a good job. The party, officers, the police, even the military also there, they all do a good job. For that one,
good.
It was a good job done.
And so in equal measure, the same police tasked to police the elections at Asin North did a good job?
Let us say yes, a good job was done.
So, kindly turn off your microphone. So, with this information at the back of your mind, if somebody says you have to change an IGP before elections outcomes are favorable to your party, what view would you hold about that person?
Mr. Chairman, this one I can't tell much because it's the president's power. He appoint, he dismiss. And that was why when they came to tell me, I find it necessary to ensure that I listen to them and also carry their voice to the big man.
Let me take you further to page 17. No, 13 first. And on page 13 of the transcript, this is what transpired. You have one of the officers say to you, and I suppose he was referring to the IGP. He says, I don't know, I called him, I told him that I'm here. Well, don't know that part. My fear that the elections, how this man is going to help us. He can't help us. I'm quoting. He won't. He wants to make sure that everything is fair. Do this. Alhaji, we don't go to elections like that. Too. And then you said no. Then he repeated, we don't do elections like that at all. Then you said no again. Alhaji, is there something wrong when an officer, the police, act fairly to all parties in election situations? They hold the balance. If Mr. A acts in a manner that is contrary to the law, they arrest. It doesn't matter what your political color is. If it's NDC, you flout the law, they arrest. If it's MPP, you flout the law, they arrest. Such fairness, is that not what is expected of our police? You'd agree? Let me do my last questions. And here. One of the speakers also told you something which is quite alarming. Page 17. And here, the speaker said to you, Chief, that we should have selected some of our own people to go there so that we work with the party. They go over there, then they know how to do things. Here, I mean, it's clear. He was saying that the IGP had sent persons who were not party people to the elections at Asin, and that he ought to have sent party people so that they work together with party. Which of the officers said this? Do you know his name? Was it Asare or Mensa, COP Mensa?
I suspect any of them could have said. That one is true. But I don't know who exactly say now. But they said it. They said his son only NDC people. All the commissioners who were there were NDC. None of our people were there. And he makes sure he sees our people their guns. And also arrest some of them. And there was tension in our strong area.
Chief, as a seasoned politician, former regional chairman, close confidant to the president, you.
Vice. He's not said so.
Oh, that is a confidant.
Yes,
of the president.
Yeah. Ah. Please.
Well, very well. Well, but he's a seasoned politician.
Yes, he is.
I know him. He's forgotten about me. I've acted as lawyer for him before in the past. Yes.
That's why
Now he remembers.
my chiefs are angry with you.
Chief, for asking my former client questions.
No, that initially.
Asked me on the radio yesterday.
Yes. So let me tell you a simple complaint. See, to be very fair to him, Chief, I never knew that you have been enskined. Yeah, but he is telling me that you know. So you should have prompted the committee that let's address him as chief. Yeah, Chief. That's the only problem. Yeah.
Chief, accept my apologies. I apologize
for everybody.
Yes, I should have made the disclosures much earlier. Yes, but Chief. Oh, I mean, I did the pro bono case for him. He's my father, you know. At the time, he and the late Ndebu were very close, so I represented him upon the instructions of the late Honorable Ndebugri.
Yes.
Chief, as a very seasoned politician and all that, the question is here. When you heard from the officers that the commissioners who had been deployed by the IGP to Asin were NDC, did you do some consultations to establish the truth or otherwise of what the officers had told you? Remember you said a while ago that you, on some occasion, had reason to confer with a member of the police council to substantiate certain things.
Some names some names I know they are not NDC. Some too I cannot talk. I don't know their background or their politics.
But Chief, to conclude, given that you are very experienced politician, I'm sure some of your aspirations are that we should have a police service which is independent, a police service you can rely upon regardless of political parties and how they relate to police service. When you are in power, it doesn't matter which party you belong to. The president has the prerogative to appoint officers and all that. Are you satisfied when you hear people talk about a police officer does not belong to my party, he's from another political party, and those considerations should form the basis for appointments? Are you happy when you hear things like that?
Mr. Chairman, in respect of this one, it was not that the independent or not independent. This person they were referring to, that he is an NDC member. He was promoted so many times during NDC time. And the same person still go to NDC meeting. And the NDC presidential candidate has also assured him that he will retain him to come to power. Secondly, he gives slot to NDC parliamentary man, and even the late vice wife, they all get slot. So this is not like what independent side you are talking about.
But when you say slots, Chief, can you explain? He gives slots. What's that?
They said when they are going to do recruit, they give your mama 300 slots. And the vice president wife, the late vice president wife, they give them 50 slots. So this is not like a policeman just, it's not like that.
So, Chief, the statement that when they want to recruit individuals into the police, the IGP gives former President Mahama 300 slots.
Yes.
You don't believe it, do you?
How can I believe it?
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. You want to do a follow-up?
Chief, I want to ask just two questions, and it's on chain of custody of the material you use in recording. From the day you recorded, did you give those gadgets to anybody to keep for you? From the day, immediately after the recording, did you ever hand them over to anybody to keep for you before you handed them over to the president?
Do not hand over, because I don't want them to go and tamper, but I believe the thing go out. I suspect, I strongly suspect, because how the thing came in the air, I don't understand it.
That is exactly the question I actually want to ask. You handed over the thing to the president because of confidentiality, yes, and your own credibility was on the line. Were you very surprised to?
I was surprised, very, very.
What did you do after that? When you heard your recordings on air?
I was shocked, honest with you.
So what did you do?
What can I do? I don't know who sent it to the media. I don't know. And how the person even know that there was something like that was another thing. I get scared.
Yeah, man, I'm done. Thank you.
A couple of questions and we bring proceedings to a close. So, as at today, you do not know who leaked the tape to the press. Okay. I think when you were engaging the police officers, as captured by the tape, it was very clear to you that they wanted to use MPP to set up the IGP. Is that not so? Yes. I want you to answer.
Yes.
Okay. So, they were trying to say that if the IGP remains IGP, then the MPP cannot win the next elections.
Yes.
So the motive of those who were conversing with was very clear to you, that they were trying to use your party to kick out the IGP. Is that not so?
It's true.
Okay. Now, if somebody said that it is you who leaked out the tape, what would be your response?
I would say no.
Okay. Okay. Who was on the tape that was supposed to be on terminal leave?
Pardon?
Who was on the tape? Who was speaking on the tape? That it was said he was on terminal leave.
That was COP Mensah.
COP Mensah. Okay. Did you get an impression that COP Mensah wanted to use you so he becomes an IGP?
It could be so.
It could be so?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you said you're sure about this assertion that the IGP has NDC inclinations, and you did some, background work to confirm it. You did some background work. You said the people on the tape informed you that the IGP has sympathies with the NDC. You said there's necessity to verify that outside what they told you. Did you complete the assignment?
Well, I asked, as I told you, I asked about 3 people about the IGP. I asked about 3 people and about the IGP stand. Well, out of the 3, they all say no. They all say no. Even including a police council member. They all say no. It's not true.
It's not true. Okay. Do you find anything
wrong with an IGP having conversations with the opposition leader? Do you find anything wrong?
Well, conversing with him, there's nothing wrong. But saying that the opposition leader has assured him that when he wins, he will retain him. You know, it's not rare that any government will come and retain the previous government IGP. It doesn't have this system in Ghana here.
So you didn't believe what they said?
Well, if what they are saying is the true, well, it can happen. But how is it true is another point.
You said something.
Yeah, which was very interesting. You said you believe in a professional police setup. You said so?
Yes.
Good. You see, you want to admit before this committee that the work of ensuring security during elections is not equal to the security personnel voting for one particular party. Is that not so?
Yes, Chairman.
Okay. Now I understand why you were very clever in the way you were responding to the issues, because you were doing the taping. Huh? Yes. You see, the kind of eloquence you are showing here is not the same thing on the tape. So you were leading them on, so you taped them. Is that what we're doing?
Chairman, I want to get what they were about.
Okay. Did you tell this individual called Commissioner of Police, Mensah, that what he's trying to do is not right? Did you tell him?
Mr. Chairman, the first time he came, no, if he was sensible, he would know that I was dismissing him. Because he came to my office once, came to my house once. Finally, I told him that for leadership, I told him finally for leadership is God gift. It's not cutting people. So you should go and see Chief Imam, or if you want, you should go to Santini or Marking, so that they'll pray for him, so that God will, if you say God say he will be a IGP, he will be. That was what I called. They should go and see Malams. This was my last word. I goodbye them. because leadership is not go and cut somebody or go and destroy somebody. Leadership go and go keep on praying. God will bring you up.
You seem to be telling one of them that becoming the IGP has a Malam dimension, you know. You said that?
Yeah.
Okay. Since the tape became viral, have you had a discussion with the president? When, I mean, yes, have you had a discussion with the president?
I went to him.
Okay. You see, there is something very interesting, and I want you to state your position on this. When it is said that some senior police officers are virtually NDC members. You believe in those things?
Yes.
After the leakage of the tape, have you had the opportunity to contact those who were speaking on the tape?
Yes. I called Mr. Asari. I called him and asked him who sent the tape into public domain. And he banged the phone on me. Then I called him again. Then he refused to talk. But rather he sent a word through my son that will deal with me. That threatened me.
Just a second. Just a second.
Chairman, just one clarification. I'm a bit confused and I want us to get it right. You said you did the recording yourself.
I don't know how to do it. I got them to come and do it and I paid for it.
Very well. So some people did the recording for you.
They know how to work on here.
And then you said you gave it out to the president yourself.
Yes. I went myself and gave it to him.
I don't know whether I heard you right, but I said in answering the question to our chairman that you called Commissioner Mensah or I'm a bit surprised because having handed it over to the president, why then do you call me back to find out, Asari back to find out who sent it out?
By the time Mr. Chairman, by the time I sent the tape to the president, they've already played the tape in the media. They played.
Thank you.
Okay, so, Chief, I think I want to find out from you
Do you know the parents of the IGP?
Me, I don't know.
Do you know where the IGP hails from? Do you know?
Do what?
Do you know where the IGP comes from? I'm sorry, yeah.
Well, both as Commander Asari and Commissioner Mensah, they said it's badly, is it Achim, and the mother come out of Kolbo or Voltarian.
Yes. Okay. All right. Do you have a good working relationship with the IGP?
I would say no, because I have his telephone number, all right. I used to talk to him the first, as soon as he resumed IGP, I used to call him. But for the past, from last year up to now, when I call him, he doesn't pick my phone. Yeah.
And that made you angry?
Oh, I'm not angry.
Okay.
I'm not angry, no.
Okay. Do you have the phone numbers of Asari and Commissioner Mensah? Do you have them? Okay. Can you maybe look on your phone and call the numbers for the benefit of the committee, because we want to call them? Yes.
Chief, if you are released now and you step out, if you are released now, you are discharged now and you step out,
Okay.
what will you tell your son? How do you feel?
So my son.
Your son behind you.
No, please.
No, I'm just trying to.
You want to know feelings here?
No, I just want to paint the picture of how confident he was with the committee and how comfortable we handled him. Very professional. Do you have any challenge with what we've done with you today?
Are you asking me? You said that what?
The way the committee have handled you today, what is your concluding remarks regarding our interaction with you?
I'm very okay, and I think the committee is doing a good job, and this kind of job can help Ghana to go forward.
Thank you, Chairman.
Chief, we thank you for attending upon the committee. We do not believe there will be residual issues to call you back, but if it becomes very necessary, if it becomes very, very necessary, you wouldn't disturb your quiet repose. But if it becomes very, very, but for now, you are discharged. We thank you for coming.
Dedi kama mamena Pendulum TV ase. Na so far so good. Say open online portal e wo Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, Pendulum TV. Manever I say ma Pendulum TV. Pendulum TV there, o see dem yopo.